Welcome back to another Warrior Season 3 episode breakdown. A lot of things happened this episode, so let's get straight to it. Last episode, Douglas hired some thugs to set fire to Nellie's farm, which forced Alai and Atoy to pick up their blades again. Now we're seeing the aftermath of the event, and Atoy's just about had it. Nellie tries to tell her that they can fight back and rebuild it, but Atoy knows it's a useless fight and takes the surviving girls back to Chinatown instead. We even get a cool little montage of Atoy transforming from a bruised and emotionally broken swordsman to the beautiful and badass dragon lady of Chinatown. I like seeing the duality at play here, and it was so well done, because for the past 3 episodes, Atoy thinks she was going to go on for a better life, leave Chinatown behind, but no, this was a rude awakening and reminder that, nope, not going to happen. You have to go back to where you're at and what you know. She even makes small talk with Bill for a moment, putting back on that mask of being Atoy the brothel owner, while also hiding the true Atoy deep inside. Olivia Chang did an amazing job here. Her subtle acting during the montage shows that there's a lot of pain there, but she's really masking it behind the dress and the makeup. I'm also starting to wonder if she'll hit the streets again as the vigilante swordsman. Nellie takes Douglas to court and tries to make a case for him being responsible, but to no luck. The guy's in his pocket. Oh yeah, and let's not forget, Douglas also made Leary one of his allies. They first meet at Douglas's house, where he's practicing his sword skills on a dummy. Yo! I could see Atoy and Douglas having a sword fight in the future. Like, it's bound to happen. There's no way they show him being skilled with the sword and not pay that off later. So our deadly alliance meets to discuss things, and Douglas reminds him that he'll give the Irish people jobs, but that Leary has to see things in a bigger picture. No specific plan or action has been given to Leary yet by Douglas, but I'm confident it ain't pretty. Across the pond, Mai Ling is making moves and expanding by doing business with her Lady Duck's friend's husband. The husband then gets a little too close for comfort during their business dealings, and Mai Ling has to kindly tell him to piss off, which results in her Lady Duck friend feeling betrayed and giving her to the cops because she tried to seduce him, when in reality that was not the case at all. And she's dragged away by the cops. I told you, usually when things are too good, they usually go bad. Speaking of Long Z, while Mai Ling is having the worst outcome of her life happen, Li Yong and Kong Pak have a friendly sparring match where Li Yong voices his concern for Mai Ling, but Kong Pak helps reassure him. I swear he's up to something. Buckley's assistant finally gets the hit piece out on his political rival that forces him to address it, and while that happens, Buckley goes on a cute dinner date with Miss Archer. Damn. Everything is going wrong for everyone in this episode except for Buckley. Wait, never mind, let's not forget Hong. He had a good time for half the episode. The Bulls, on the other hand, finally raid the Hopway Tong after Lee discovers the counterfeit bills by posing as an opium addict and grabbing some nearby cash from a Tong member. And I'm surprised at how much restraint Young Jun showed here. He seems like someone who would fight when pushed into a corner, but he actually made a good decision here for once. Of course, Atwood arrives and tries to punk the Hopway members, but Young Jun lets his words do the cutting instead of his knives. And I completely forgot Young Jun could speak English. Well, a phrase of English.
Fuck your mother.
Of course, Young Jun gets beat up for insulting Atwood, but luckily Bill stops him from killing our boy. See? Bill is becoming more empathetic. Young Jun gets arrested by the Bulls, and while that happens, we, along with Lee and Bill, learn that the print machine was moved. And who moved it? Why, Sam and Yan Mi, of course. But with the Bulls patrolling everywhere, they were bound to be seen eventually. So what do? Well, kick some ass. I'm also starting to notice that Assam's hero theme that we heard in the riot is being played a lot more often this season. I actually thought they would use it very sparingly, just like one episode 1, so 5, then finale. They're peppering it little by little throughout this season. So I'm guessing that Assam's taking small little steps to his heroic journey. Because, every time he's in white, he's a little bit more heroic, unlike when he's in black. So it's that whole thematic color theme being played into. When Assam's in black, he's still part of the Hop Way, but once he strips off the suit and just wears the white tank top, he's a hero, the hero of Chinatown. Assam and Yan Mi escape the Bulls and save the chop machine, but Yan Mi brings up a good point about how they may be targeted because of their faces. But luckily the Bulls who got beat up can't tell who's who because they all look the same. Whereas Bill and Lee may have an idea of who it was that just whooped his ass. Asam and Yanmi make love after their little argument, and all is well in Chinatown for now. Never mind then. Make that 3 people who had a semi-happy moment within this episode, unlike everyone else. This was a pretty tense episode, even though I already knew in the back of my head that everyone was going to get out of it unscathed. Young Jun getting beat up and getting arrested was not something I expected to happen. Out of all characters, he was the last person I ever thought was going to end up in jail, especially when he's the leader. It was also hard to watch someone who has mostly been the sly, badass, knife-wielding shit-talker finally get hurt for real and badly. Because, I mean, he's not a fighter like Asam. He's just a regular dude. I expected Mai Ling to get her comeuppance in some way, but just not in a way like this. I actually would have liked to see her do business with the Ducks for a little bit, but then something goes south, or she finds out that she's actually them do Chinese labor, so she feels sorry for putting her people in that position. Then it would have felt like a more compelling reason for her to be feel betrayed in a way, rather than just her trying to be, part of the duck world and then adultery and just boom, out. Overall, I'm excited to see what the next episode brings, especially with both of the Tong leaders in jail. It should be interesting to see where Asam's hero arc fully plays out, but I'm now also starting to wonder what roles characters like Atoy, Young Jun, Hong, Mai Ling, Li Yong, Zing, and even Kong Pak will play once Asam realizes that potential. But we'll just have to wait and see. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown when it does drop. Other than that, hope you enjoyed, and stay itchy, my fellow onions.